Hey guys, ADHD here, and today's video was actually the part 2 to the Five Nights at Freddy's apartment complex I showed you guys a couple weeks ago. A lot of you guys requested that I add more heads to the house with, like FNAF 2 characters and stuff. So I decided to go ahead and do that here today. I'm not going to be showing you guys how to actually build the connections because they're very, very simple. And if you did part 1, which you should have done, because we're going to be building off of part 1. And if you haven't built part 1, I'll put a link in the description and I'll also put a card on the top right side of the screen. But like as I was saying, I'm not going to be showing you guys how to build the actual connections because you guys already know how to do it. You've done it like 100 times by now after doing part 1. And the windows are not going to be done. I'm just going to be strictly doing the heads. And then you guys have done already 6 heads, so you guys know how to convert them into the house, the house forms. So I'm just going to be building the heads, and then you guys can look at all of the other ones you've already done as reference in order to, basically turn them into actual houses. So that's actually it. So let's go get started on this. We're going to get started right now with the marionette. So let's get started on this. Okay guys, so for the marionette, what we're going to need is black wool, red wool, white wool, and purple wool. And I already have my connectors here because I just didn't feel like wanting to do them later, but just go ahead and ignore those. And if you're wondering how I got them so perfectly placed there, yeah, just very, very annoyingly and frustratingly try to figure it out. But I eventually did it just because, I wanted to have them there already made, so that's why it's easier. But anyway, I'm gonna stop talking. Let's get started. So what you're gonna do is for the marionette's head, on all the other heads there was a spacing of 2. But this one's actually a little bit different. At the beginning, it's a spacing of 3. And that's just because the mask is actually a little bit weird at the beginning. So just follow along with me. So right here, from whatever you have in the bottom, head you have in the bottom, you're going to go to the right, a total of 3. So 1, 2, 3. And on the 4th block right here, you're going to do 2 white wool. So 1, 2. Then 2 red wool. 1, 2. Then 2 white wool. 1, 2. Alright, and then the next row is going to actually be on the left side. You're going to go diagonal 1 white, just like that. And then leave that white there, so it's kind of like this. It's kind of hard to explain, but you guys see what I'm doing here. Leave that there, and then you're going to do 4 black wool. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And do the same thing on this side by adding 2 white wool. 1, 2. So it should have this right now. Okay, and then the next row is going to be 1 red wool. Then 6 black wool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then 1 red wool. Then the next row is going to be 1 red wool, 1 purple wool, 1 white wool, 2 red wool, 1 white wool, 1 purple wool, and 1 red wool. And as always guys, if at any point in the video you feel like I'm going too fast, you can always pause or rewind the video in order to catch up. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Then the next row is 1 white wool, 1 purple wool, 4 white wool, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 purple wool, then 1 white wool. Hey, the next row is 1 white wool, a spacing of 2, then 2 white wool, a space of 2, then 1 white wool. Next row is all white wool. Okay, and then the final row for the mask is actually going to be a spacing of 1. Then it's going to be 6 white wool. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, leaving another space on this side. So this is our mask right here. Then behind it, we're just going to make an 8 by 8 wall behind it of black wool. So starting from the space, ending up at the other space, go all the way up until you get to the top, which is the exact same way, basically taking it all the way to get to that space that's up there. And if you have swiftness potion, as always, that'll help you out a little bit, just make you move a little quicker. Alright, and then again, get to that spacing right here, and that's where you stop. Alright, so that's the actual front right here. Now all we're going to do is take all 4 corners back by 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Same thing on this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All with black wool, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then connect those. Just like this. And then go ahead and fill all this in with black wool. And if you're going to do the window, you just go ahead and leave the back and do the window whatever way you'd want to. But I'm going to go ahead and fill in all of mine with black wool. So go ahead and pause the video and do that. Okay guys, so that is actually the marionette. Now we're going to be adding Mangle on top of him. So all we're going to do for this is come over to the the left side where that spacing is for the marionette. And go ahead and go up by 3 from here. So 1, 2, 3 with any block. Just go, you can get our spacing up, high enough. And then get out a white wool. Ooh, where's white wool? Right here, somewhere. There it goes. So get out a white wool. And the white wool is going to go from here all the way to the right, a total of 8 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then remove all those blocks. And for the mangle, you're going to need pink wool, magenta, block of quartz, a black wool, block of gold, or yellow wool if you don't have that, and white wool. Okay, and once you have that done, the next row, guys, is going to be 1 magenta. Then it's going to be 1 white. Then it's going, I'm sorry, 2 white, guys. Then it's going to be 2 black, 1, 2, 2 white, then 1 magenta. Next row is going to be 1 magenta, 6 white, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then 1 magenta. Then the next row is going to be all white wool. And I know this looks a little bit weird right now, guys, but you'll see what it looks like in a second once we finish everything up for her. So then the next row is going to be 1 white wool, or him, I'm not really sure, and I don't think anybody really knows. The next row is going to be, or the next one's going to be block of quartz, then 1 gold, then 2 white, then 1 block of quartz, then 1 black, then 1 white. Next row is going to be 1 black, 1 block of quartz, 1 block of gold, 2 white wool, then 1 block of quartz, then 2 black wool. Then the next row is going to be 1 white wool, then 2 black wool, 2 white wool, 2 black wool, then 1 white wool. Then the final row is going to be all white wool. And it looks a little bit derpy right now, but now we're going to actually add like the nuzzle, or the mouth area, I guess, whatever you want to call it. The next part, right below this black, just like 2 blocks of black we have, you're going to do 2 pink right below that. Then diagonal those 2 pink, you're going to do 2 block of quartz, one on both sides. Then on top of both of those, you're going to go ahead and go across with a row of pink wool. On top of that, it's going to be 1 pink, 2 magenta, 1 pink. There you go. So now we have Mangle done. All we have to do is bring the backs back now as well. So you're going to take this back by 7 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And do the same thing for all the other ones. Just like that. And up here. And then connect those. We'll connect them correctly, unlike mine. And then once you've done that, just go ahead and connect them from the bottoms too. And then go ahead and fill in the sides and the bottom and the top, or everything basically, except for the back, unless you want to add the window. Just go ahead and leave the back open and add that window. But other than that, just go ahead and fill everything in. I'm going to skip ahead yet again in the video, but again, go ahead and fill everything in while you pause the video and fill everything in. Okay guys, and the next head we're going to be adding is actually Balloon Boy. And for Balloon Boy, you're going to need white stained clay, block of quartz, red wool, blue wool, brown wool, white wool. Okay, so let's get started on him. So for this, all you're going to do is come to the corner of Mangle's head and go up by 2 blocks with any block. 1, 2. Then from here, you're going to get your block of stained clay. You're going to go to the right, a total of 2 blocks. So 1, 2. And then remove those blocks again. Then from here, it's going to be a total of 4 block of quartz. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then 2 white stained clay. 1, 2. The next row is going to be 1 white stained clay, 6 block of quartz. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1 white stained clay. Then the next row is going to be 1 red wool, 6 blocks of white stained clay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then 1 red wool. The next row is going to be 1 white stained clay, 1 white wool, 1 blue wool, 2 stained clay, 1 blue wool, 1 white wool, and 1 stained clay. Okay, and then the next row is going to be 1 stained clay, 2 white wool, 2 stained clay, 2 white wool, then 1 stained clay. Next row is going to be like this, guys, in the same order pretty much. So it's going to be red wool, blue, blue, red, blue, red. Okay, and then repeat that order 2 more times. Alright, just like that. So for Balloon Boy's head, it's a little bit more of a process. It's not just the filling in the back anymore for him. It's actually a little bit different. So what we're going to do now, guys, is you're actually going to go ahead and keep doing this order for, let me see, let me make sure I have it right for you guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so next, just go ahead and go on top right here, this top block. You're going to go ahead and do blue, red, blue, red, blue, red, then blue, I think? Yeah, okay, let's make sure it's, okay, red, 1 more red. Just like this. So go ahead and back up so you guys take a look at yours, make sure you have it correct. I know that may have been a little bit confusing. Alright, and then once you have that, just go ahead and take those down by 2. Yeah, this part, Balloon Boy is definitely the hardest because there's a lot more detail to him. Alright, and then once you've done that, all we're going to do is the next row is going to be a full row of brown wool. The row after that is going to be 2 white stained clay, then a brown wool the rest of the way. Then it's going to be, what is it, 3 or 4? 4 white stained clay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then brown wool the rest of the way. Then the next row is going to be 5 white stained clay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then it's going to be brown wool the rest of the way. Then the next row is going to be white stained clay again, 5 rows. Then, or 5 blocks, then brown rest of the way. Just like that. Alright, and then the exact same thing on this side. So this side, all you're going to do is mimic what you have on that side. So all you have to do for that is just look over there and you can see what you have. And I'm sorry for my quietness, to be honest, because I'm trying to focus too. Can't see right now because of some stupid notification. Okay, and then finish this up right here. I really have to disconnect this thing because it's kind of annoying. Alright. And I'm again just following along with what I can see over there. Same way you guys should be. Alright, perfect. Then what we're going to do is again copy this again the exact same way we did over there. Okay, almost there. Alright, and then once you're over here, you're going to go ahead and copy the front. Not the whole face, obviously, but just the hat. So the hat's going to be the exact same way as the one in the front of the, in front of us. Oof, okay, yeah, Ballon Boy is definitely annoying. I kind of warned you guys, but he really is annoying. Alright, and then once you've done with that, all you're going to do is just go ahead and bring all of these in by just connecting them to their corresponding color like this. And you want to just do that in all of these. Just kind of connect them the same way. And you should end up with like some jumbled mess, to be honest. There's probably a better way to do this, but this is how I did mine. And again, I apologize for the quietness because I'm trying to focus too. Alright. And that's what it should look like on top, just kind of like some weird thing. But mainly what you're going to see is the side. And then on the bottom, all you're going to go ahead and do is just fill all of this in. Or I'm sorry guys, the back real quick is just all brown wool. I cannot wait to be done with Ballon Boy. He is just annoying. Oh my goodness, okay. And then once you're done with that, just go ahead and finish this up. And then finish it with just white stained clay all on the bottom. Or you can do brown wool, whichever you prefer. I think white stained clay is the best option now. I really don't like Ballon Boy as a character, so it's not even really that much fun building him. But a lot of you guys like him, so I decided to do him on the house. But I like, you know, a lot of the characters, but Ballon Boy is definitely, he just doesn't really do him very much, so it's kind of boring. Alright, so there you go. Ballon Boy is finished. He was kind of a pain. Let's go ahead and get started in the next one, which will be Toy Freddy. Okay, guys, and for Toy Freddy, it's going to be a race basically right over Golden Freddy, and what you're going to do is the same thing we've done for all of them. Get any block and just go up by 2. Then get your brown wool and go to the right by 8. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then remove those blocks. Alright, then the next row, guys, is going to be 1 red wool, 1 brown wool, 4 of the oak planks, 1, 2, 3, 4, then 1 brown wool, then 1 red wool. Next row, pretty much the same thing, but a little different. So it's 1 red wool, 1 brown wool, 1 oak plank, 2 black wool, 1 oak plank, 1 brown wool, then 1 red wool. Next row is going to be 1 brown wool, 1 white wool, 1 blue wool, 2 brown wool, 1 blue wool, 1 white wool, then 1 brown wool. Next row is going to be 1 black wool, 1 white wool, 1 blue wool, 2 brown wool, 1 blue wool, 1 white wool, and then 1 black wool. And I'll back up so you to take a look at that, make sure it's the same place. Next row is a full row of brown wool. Then the next row is going to be 1 brown wool, 2 black wool, 2 brown wool, 2 black wool, 1 brown wool. Then the final row, guys, is going to be all brown wool. He's really easy to make, Toy Freddy. And then once you've done that, I'm sure you guys know what to do. Take all of these back by 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Over here, same thing. Or I think we're a little bit off on this one. Yeah, so over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Huh. Somehow we're off a little bit, but whatever. So just go ahead and keep, you know, extending those ones. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, we're on 3, that's why. 4, 5, 6, 7. How are we off? Whatever. Just go ahead and add, I guess, 9 or 8, but whatever. Just go ahead and take them all the way until they match up the length with all the other ones that we've done thus far. And if it, you know, if it's off a little bit, you know, just make sure they're all the same length. It doesn't really matter the backs of them as much, to be honest. Alright, and then once you've done that, go ahead and connect them all. And then again, we're going to fill in everything except for the back. If you're going to add a window, I'm going to fill everything in. I'm going to go ahead and skip ahead in the video, but go ahead and pause and do that. Okay guys, so that is Toy Freddy. We're going to go ahead and do Toy Bonnie now. So let's go ahead and get started on her, or him I mean. So what you're going to do is go up from Freddy, again, a total of 2 blocks, any block. Then on the top of those 2 blocks, you're going to go ahead and place a cyan wool. And for this guy, sorry guys, you're going to need cyan wool, a block of emerald, white wool, black wool, purple wool, and red wool. And if you don't have emerald, you can use green. So from here, go to the left, or the right, I mean, a total of 2 cyan wool, so 2, and then remove those. And then it's going to be 4 white, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then 2 cyan, 1, 2. Then the next one is going to be 2 red wool, 1, 2. 1 white, 2 black, 1 white, 2 red. The next one's going to be a 1 cyan, 1 white, 1 emerald, 2 cyan, 1 emerald, 1 white, 1 cyan. Next one, the exact same thing. Alright, and then the next row is going to be 1 black wool, 2 purple, 2 cyan, 2 purple, 1 black wool. Next row is going to be 1 cyan, 2 black, 2 cyan, 2 black, 1 cyan, and then the final, or not final row, the next row is going to be all cyan. Then the final row is going to be 1 cyan, 2 black, 2 cyan, 2 black, then 2 cyan, or 1 cyan. Alright, so that's Toy Bonnie. And then go ahead and take all the backs again, all the way until you match up the other ones, just like this. And I really don't need to explain this, I don't think, at this point. After, you know, several heads of these, I'm pretty sure you guys got it at this point. Just take these all the way back until you get to the exact same length as the rest of these. I'm not sure if I'll add more heads to this. If you guys really want me to, I will. But these are kind of frustrating to tutorial, to be honest, because it's like every single one's like a new build, kind of. And there's no real flow to the actual build. It kind of like, you know, every time I do a different head, I have to change my materials out and everything. And I mean, I'll be willing to do it again if you guys want me to add more. But I think I added pretty much everybody's favorite characters. But it just depends on the situation. Okay, so now once I've done this, yet again, I'm going to skip ahead in the video. And I'm going to fill all of this in. You guys can go ahead and decorate, do whatever you guys want to, add a window. I'm going to go ahead and fill all of mine in though. Okay guys, and the last head for our FNAF apartment complex, for part 2 at least, is Toy Chica. This is beakless Toy Chica. If you guys wanted to make a beaked version, you can go ahead and do that. But for mine, I went without the beak. So what you're going to do is, again, go to Foxy's head this time, and you're going to go up by 2 with any block. Then go to the right with 3 yellow, so that's 1, 2, 3. Remove those blocks. Then 2 black wool, 1, 2. Then 3 yellow, 1, 2, 3. Alright, next row, it's going to be 2 pink, 4 black, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 pink. Then the next row, guys, is going to be 2 pink, 4 yellow, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 pink. The next row is going to be 1 yellow, 1 black, 1 white, 2 yellow, 1 white, 1 black, 1 yellow. Next row is going to be 1 black, 2 gray, 2 yellow, 2 gray, 1 black. Next row is going to be 1 yellow, 2 black, 2 yellow, 2 black, 1 yellow. The next row is going to be all yellow. Then the final row for this front is going to be 1 yellow, 2 black, 2 yellow, 2 black, 1 yellow. And yet again, we're going to take these all the way back, these back corners, with the yellow wool until we get to the exact same length as the rest of the heads in the build. Okay? And I'm sure you guys are experts at this point. You guys should be the Minecraft head building champions. You guys should be experts at building Minecraft heads. These are a little bit bigger than Minecraft heads normally. They're 8x8. I think these are like 9x8 or 8x9, whatever you want to call it. But, you know, it's very similar. Alright, and then I'm sure you guys know what I'm going to do. I'm going to fill all of these in, all this in with the yellow wool. You guys can feel free to add your windows and stuff. I'm going to skip ahead in the video, but go ahead and do that. Okay guys, so now we are finished. We have finished the part 2 of the FNAF apartment complex. If you guys would like me to add more heads, I would be willing to do it. Just let me know down below which heads you'd like me to add. If you do want me to add a part 3, just depending on how much you guys want to see that, was whether I'll do one or not. But I think this thing looks absolutely awesome, just to be able to live in a different FNAF character. You know, you can pick which one's your favorite and live in. I think this thing's really cool. But yeah, if you guys hit that like button, I'd greatly appreciate it. Before you go, if you're new here, please subscribe. I build loads of crazy Minecraft stuff all of the time. As you can see, I did Chica's cupcake house over here. I have a skull one, a Pikachu one that I didn't do, but I'm probably not going to do because it kind of sucks. I have a creeper house. That's another build that hasn't come out yet. You'll probably see that soon. We have all kinds of crazy stuff on this channel, so I definitely recommend you subscribe if you're new here. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video, and as always, I will see you guys in the next one. Adios.